Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now, today I am going to be going through all of the new updates that have dropped today and yesterday for ARK Survival Ascended. Obviously, lots of stuff for Aberration, lots of stuff for the main game, and everything like that. We're just going to be talking about a whole bunch of things today, so I hope you do enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's jump into today's video. So, the first thing we're going to be talking about is the minor versions for servers that went live today. As you can see, well, no, this one was yesterday. It says, fixed an issue where going into photo mode could cause a desync when exiting. Now, this was a issue as soon as Aberration went live, and obviously over the last 2 weeks they've been trying to fix it, and this has now gone live on all platforms. And they've also fixed a few server crashes, because obviously that was sort of one of the reasons why, because when Aberration first launched Ascended, it actually had mostly positive on Steam, and then when people started having these kind of severe crashes, it got to a point where the Steam reviews changed from, because by the way, all of ARK Survival Ascended's reviews have been mixed since the game launched, and it was the first time in history we've seen something be mostly positive, and then because of these server crashes, Aberration Ascended is now dropped back down to mixed again because of the crashes, but they have been fixing a whole bunch of them for quite a while. And do you know what? It'd be very nice if one day in the future, the ARK Survival Ascended would see mostly positive. I don't know. But yeah, so that's been fixed. Next up was a minor version for Xbox clients. Now, they improved memory usage while in the inventory screen. They also fixed the flickering issue on Aberration, and they also fixed some more crashes, because again, when it comes to console, the crashes can be unbearable. PC kind of can survive a bit more. We still do deal with the same problems, but on console, it can tend to be a lot worse, and that's just the way things have been ever since ARK Survival Ascended launched. Ascended? Did I say that right? And then next up, we have another version for the Xbox client. They fixed a crash when opening the inventory. So not only did they have to they improved the memory usage while in the inventory screen, but there was also a crash, which they've now fixed with the inventory. And then also for the PS5 clients, they've also fixed the same issue, which is fixed a crash when opening the inventory. Now, there is still meant to be much more coming this week. And as I said, I will update you guys as soon as it goes live, because there's actually meant to be a major client version coming this week. I thought it would have been today, but we haven't had information. As you guys can see, when they do these updates, it does tend to be pretty late. Obviously, there was updated for me at 3 a.m. this morning, so I'm hoping tomorrow's video, there may be the major version update, or Friday, I don't know, we will see, but I'll let you guys know. And then just overall, just what the last obviously the photo mode, if anyone's been wondering, because I'm still getting the same comments saying, has the rock drake gliding been fixed? And this has been fixed on servers across all platforms, so you won't have to worry about that. And anyone that has been using the Cosmo to fly, this bug has been fixed so that it's back to just swinging. You're not going to be flying around the map anymore. Now, yesterday's video was a pretty cool one, because it was our first video talking about ARK Survival Ascended extinction. Now, yes, guys, don't get me wrong. I want to get all of the Aberration issues fixed first. I've been talking about, how for ages that Aberation's my favorite map, and I have so much fun with it. But I did show you guys in my video yesterday that we got the first official artwork for the Steampunk Ascent, which was not Steampunk Ascent, sorry, for Wasteland War. So as you'll be able to see on your screen here, Wasteland War is coming out Q1 2025. Now, I was having a conversation with two YouTubers. I think one is Javi, a PvP YouTuber, ARK YouTuber, and Rampy. And we were having a conversation last night, and because Javi was like, I'm glad Extinction has been delayed to Q1 2025. And I was just letting him know that, and Rampy, that this isn't the release date for Extinction right now, as we know. Studio Wildcard did mention to us saying that Wasteland War will be coming after the Extinction map does come out. they said that it's going to be a cherry on the cake, or an is that what I was going to say? Icing on the cake? I don't know. Whatever saying I wanted to use. After the maps come out. Personally, I don't like this. I would rather them just have the I'd rather Studio Wildcard just release the Bobstal Tales alongside the new map, because I think it kind of kills the hype of launch day. I think the Aberration launch day was a lot of fun because we had all of the new stuff, lots of content to make and everything like that. But I think that releasing the Extinction map obviously is cool, but then having to wait until Q1 2025 for the... I would rather actually just wait. I'd rather Ragnarok come out and then have Extinction in Q1 2025 for Wasteland War. I just think separating them really isn't the way to go. I reckon Wildcard should just think about that a little bit more rather than doing that. But you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. Now, also big conversations we have all been having over the last sort of last 2.5 weeks since Aberration launched is how ARK Survival Ascended was doing very well. So this is the most played charts. We sort of looked at this a lot in the early days when ARK Survival Ascended was really struggling. I'm talking about going down to 7,000 to 8,000 players at one point after the center launch. But with the launch of Aberration, it did improve the game quite a lot. ARK Survival Evolved has stayed above it, but ARK Survival Ascended did actually grow up to around about the 36 to 40,000 player mark, which was really, really nice to see. But what we seem to be seeing as a reoccurring thing within the ARK community is that ARK Survival Evolved seems to be at a very steady 30,000 player mark, which is incredible when you really think about how there is literally no official servers on this game, because there's if you're on PC, right, you've got all 3 mods that you had on the Steam Workshop. You've got every single map that was ever released onto the game before, and you've got, so you've got everything that you want, and it runs better. So, we still haven't had the performance upgrade that we've been waiting for ARK Survival Ascended. We've been waiting for the Unreal Engine 5.4. So I completely understand why there's so many players playing ARK Survival Evolved. When we scroll down a little bit, ARK Survival Ascended has dropped slightly into 62nd position. They do still have 21,788 players with a peak of 25,000. So yes, we have lost around about 10 to 15,000 players since the Aberration launch. But you guys know that always happens when a new game comes out. Or a new map comes out, that some people just come along for the hype and come along for, just to sort of see what it's like. Is it worth playing? And they give it a chance. And the one biggest problem with Ascended, why this has been happening so much, and we saw such a big player, you see such a big player drop, is you do get a whole bunch of players that stay because they're loving the Aberration map. But you do have a lot that go because they get quite sick and tired of the crash issues that we face. They come along, they're like, right, I'm going to give this a chance. I've heard there's a performance upgrade. I've heard Unreal Engine 5.4 might be coming. Let's test it out. And then when there's still the same problems, they're like, right, I can't be asked for this again. And that just seems to be the case. But when you think overall right now, a lot of people say that ARK is dead, right? And they say that, it's never going to live again. But the fact is, even after Studio Wildcard destroyed ARK Survival Evolved by releasing Ascended, yes, that's quite a bold statement to make. Don't get me wrong, I actually think Ascended is very cool. I like the new additions, and I've been warming to it a lot more over time. But the game, even after, ripping away the 70,000 daily player count on Survival Evolved because there's of the official servers, ARK Survival Ascended, when you add these two numbers together, there's 55,000 people playing the ARK brand, as a whole, if you put both of the games together. So if you think about that as a whole, it takes the game up to like the top 20 played games. And then apparently Ascended on the console version is actually played widely, way more than it is on the PC. Because the one thing I would love in the future is if Xbox and Microsoft and Sony could finally one day give us a player count, because I think it'll be really interesting to know how many people are playing the game. And yes, you can check in game on games like Fortnite and stuff. You know, on the old Call of Duties, you used to be able to see how many people were online. And I think that'd be a really cool thing if they could do that for us one day. But I think overall, the game's doing okay. Will it drop a little bit over? Will it drop more over the next couple of weeks? Yes, it will. It probably will start to hit the 15,000 player mark again. It'll be interesting to see if Aberration has a bit more of a hold on people, but it really comes down to how the updates, you know, how successful the updates are for Aberration, and then when the next map's coming out. Because Studio Wildcard do need to get like a bit of a pace on when it comes to releasing these maps over time. And then I do strangely believe, I know this is a bit ridiculous, but once all of the old school maps are out, and then they obviously announce the next paid DLC, which is to carry on after Genesis Part 2, I actually see ARK Survival Ascended at a very healthy place. And Aberration's shown this, and it, you know, there's still so many people out there that want to play Extinction. They want to play Genesis Part 1. They want to play Genesis Part 2. And they're just simply not going to play the game until those maps are out. So I think that's pretty much my little summary on this, because we haven't spoken about it for a while. Let's just hope that Wildcard and Snail Games make the right decisions. Anyway, you lovely people of the internet, that is going to round up today's news update. The new community crunch on Friday, I'm interested to see if there'll be any big information. I can't imagine it. I think it will just be to talk about the major version update. But of course, that's why I'm here. I will give you the news when and where I get it. Catch you guys in my next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you guys later.